Okay, welcome back. Yes, drawing. We're drawing again, and I'm drawing in my sketchbook, and I'm using three different pens, like you saw in the thumbnail, to draw a face of a woman or a girl, or I don't. Yeah, draw a face, of course, like I always do. And this is a real time video, so you'll see the full process and how long it took. So it took me around 27 minutes. Um, so yeah, just get your snacks, get comfortable, or like get out your drawing pad or sketchbook or paint and canvas, and start creating something. Like do this with me because I think that would be pretty cool. I usually do that. Like when I made this one, I wasn't watching art videos, but I usually do. Sometimes I do, and I wasn't listening to music. I was talking with my friends, which is which is a nice thing to do, because like they're my friends and stuff, and we were for once actually like most of us on Discord, which is really nice. Yeah, that's just nice. So what did I do today? I had a pretty interesting day today, and that's why I want to tell you about it. And the last 2 days, like Monday and Tuesday, I think it's called in English, the day after Monday. You know what I mean? I always switch around those. We were making movies, and well, we weren't making movies. We were doing trailers for movies, and we finally finished them because we had to turn. If you don't know from one of my last videos, we had to turn a classic fairy tale story into a trailer with a different genre. So we got horror, my group, and we had to turn like this kind of cutesy fairy tale story into a horror trailer for like a horror movie, which is pretty hard because we don't have a castle, we don't have that many people, and all around we aren't that good. Being honest, like it's media class. It's not really where I would say aspiring actors are. There aren't really any of us who are really good, I would say, which is not a problem. Like we all kind of suck, and that's also fun because no people take it seriously. It's not that people don't take it seriously, but yeah, not everybody is a born actor. Me neither. I don't think I'm a good actor, but I'm one of the ones who don't really have a problem being on screen. I think some people have like a harder time being on screen, which I think is fair. You just have to make yourself useful for the media production in some other way, and people usually do that, which is nice. We were kind of on a time crunch also, so yeah, it didn't turn out great, but we got a few laughs from people when you had to show the video to the class, the media class, and yeah, I think it's all right because yeah, when you make horror or try to make horror movies or anything scary, it's really hard to not make it funny. It takes a lot of time and a lot of knowledge on what is actually scary to make something that's really scary. You kind of have to get scared yourself by like in the act of making it to know. And there were definitely some parts where we could have done better things. But yeah, that's for another time. It was just a fun exercise, which was nice because like some of the other groups we had like it was on our group class stuff day. Some people had to do some other stuff, which was pretty nice. But yeah, that's nice. I'm more an art class fan personally, if you couldn't tell. And that's been my last 2 days really. So now the week is like nearly over. So it's the day after Monday. I'm recording this at night at 8 o'clock. And yeah, just chilling a bit before tomorrow where I only have school. I have like 2 classes, 2 hours at school. And I have them after 12 a.m. No, yeah, 12 a.m. Yeah, I think that's right. I have them after 12, like at lunchtime. So I'm gonna like wake up later, sleep in, which is gonna be so nice because I've been really tired recently, and I don't really know why. It's kind of, I hate being tired, especially when I don't know why. Like if I know there's a reason, like I've been to a party and we went to bed really late, or I have a hangover, or just I didn't get that much sleep because of some other reason. Like I understand that, so I'll still be a little bit irritated, but it won't be like, why am I actually tired? Because I know. But this time I don't really know. I thought I got enough sleep, but I guess I could use some more, which I'm gonna get tonight. So that's gonna be pretty great. Yeah, I really started out this painting. What am I talking about? I started out this drawing pretty differently, but also very similar to my other stuff. Yeah, just making a nose, making an eye, and then an ear, and a face, and stuff, and this. And I started out with the fountain pen, the Twisby Eco fountain pen, which is great. And I think that's some cool stuff. Yeah. I try using more tools in drawings just to make them more interesting. I get some different textures and colors and stuff like that. I definitely have to try oil pastels, like quality oil pastels, because a video I made like this week or the week before, something like that, I used very cheap, almost like not even crayons, like kind of crayon quality. And there's nothing wrong with using crayons, but if you are a little bit of a more experienced artist, you know that sometimes the tools really help create the product. You can't rely on your tools to create something good. Like just because you use a lot of money on good tools doesn't mean your art will be better. But I still think that there's some merit to quality from quality tools. Bad stuff's gonna make bad things. But if you're a really great artist, you can make some pretty good stuff even with not so good tools. And sometimes tools aren't made to be drawn with. Like I like the big pen. They're really good actually for drawing. They aren't perfect and definitely not optimized or specialized for it, but for a household or like just an object that's in like every business or like workplace, it's pretty good at drawing. Yeah. And I think there's something to that, because trying to use different tools definitely also a way to grow, which everybody needs to do once in a while, even me. Like I'm still trying to do stuff that's similar to what I normally do, but also in different ways, testing things out, trying new things, and also doing lots of the same cool stuff I know I like. Not necessarily because I'm basic or scared of trying new stuff. I like trying new stuff, but I also know what works. And that's a thing in art. Like you're gonna find something that works for you or that just works in general, and you're gonna kind of have to stick to that, or at least stick to some part of that, because changing your whole art style is never smart, because you also have your art style is also your recognizable brand. And if you're like me, you're really drawn to specific colors and stuff. Like I'm really drawn to the color red in my art right now. I don't know how long that will stay. Maybe forever, maybe a year, maybe not. But I personally really love the color red and dark and white and black and all this stuff. I want to use more colors because I want to like accentuate other things. And I have done that before because I have like a painting where I have used yellow in the background and black and stuff, it's a good painting. I really like that one actually. A little bit smaller, but still on the bigger side compared to the canvases I'm working on now, because they're mostly from the thrift store. And most people who donate their paintings to the thrift store are either deceased, old people with cool old-timey paintings, or people who had an idea of making some art which just didn't really turn out that great. So they donated their canvases and I bought it really cheaply. So that's also why most of my videos with painting right now is titled Painting on a Canvas I got from the thrift store or something like that, a variation of that, is because they really did. Like I'm not even trying to like joke or trying to sell something, because really like they came from the thrift store. That's really also a tool. Like if I find like a wooden pallet or a plate or anything I can paint on with a decent enough size I can use, I will paint on it. Like I don't care. I don't really have like, oh, it only has to be on canvases. I don't care about that. Like I could paint on a fridge door, and if it's a good painting, it's gonna be a good painting. If it's not, then it's not gonna be that. Like it's pretty simple for me. And I also think stuff like that fits my style. The more like expressive non-canvas canvases, if you know what I mean, is kind of stuff. And also just, drawing stuff, painting stuff. I want to get into using spray paint more. Also in my paintings, also on some street art. I want to get to doing that in the summer, which I'll definitely be doing. Be needing more money, and also I'll be needing more like just generally like places. I have one place I want to hit with some spray paint and some street art in a city close to me, which would be really cool to do. And I also want to record some of it, at least most of it, and of course definitely take pictures. Try and do that, make something huge. Because I also think that's a part of it, like getting your name out there, but doing it for street art, is that smart? Yeah, maybe. I might as well just do it. Just get my name known. Because like, if you have your stuff in a gallery, like maybe 100 people are gonna see it in like week, a day, year, whatever. But if you have it on the street, like how many people doesn't walk by that every day? Of course, I know the rules, no painting on cars or people's things or buildings or like businesses and stuff like that. Only on stuff that's kind of secluded and still kind of like available. Yeah, I know. I wouldn't destroy anybody else's things or try to harm anybody else's business or property or stuff like that. Right now I'm looking at a tunnel, which is like under train tracks. It's like a tunnel, and it just has light inside of it, and the light is actually pretty good. I was at my friend lives in the city, and we were at his house. We were watching a movie, and we went like from the movie theater back to his house, and we walked through like outskirts of town, and through this tunnel. I was like, this tunnel is awesome. That's what I said. I remember I said it like, this tunnel is great. I want to paint in here, and I haven't done it yet. It's actually been a long time, like in my head. I've been wanting to do it in a long time, or for a long time, but I just didn't do it. So one problem was like, oh, I needed money one time, and I was like, and I don't really have anything else to do, and have other stuff to do and to do stuff like that. But now, this summer, or at least when it gets warmer, because it's gonna suck if it's really cold outside, I want it to be kind of dark because I don't really want people to see us. And if people see us, we can run away, which of course is a part of it, being young, stupid, and stuff. But I don't want to freeze to death or have to have like a huge jacket on, which usually isn't a problem, but I don't want to get paint on my huge jacket. Not really that much. I know I'm an artist and stuff like that, but I have some clothes I don't want to get paint on. And also most of my stuff has paint on it in some kind of way, or even if it doesn't, like I wouldn't really care if it did. Stuff like that. And the amount of time I've had paint on my like hands and face and feet and like all over my shirts and stuff. It's pretty wild. And I don't even spill that much. Like I'm not really a messy artist like that. I don't clean my studio because I suck at cleaning up. I gotta get better at that. I know. I'm not working on it, but I should probably start doing that. But I'm not a messy artist with my paint. Or at least I try not to be. And sometimes we all have like slip-ups, or we, spill a little extra. This is how it is. And I think that's fair enough. That's cool enough. I haven't really done a real-time video in a long time. That's a lot of use of the word time. But I haven't done it for a while, which really made me forget how long 30 minutes is to talk to yourself, really. Of course, I'm talking to you guys, but it's not like a conversation where like you get some feedback or anything like that. So it's It's kind of like me sitting in my shed talking to myself, but talking to you guys, which is still awesome. I really like it. I think it's kind of like a podcast, a little bit like a personal one-person podcast, which isn't a problem, but I think that my format is very much like a podcast. And it's not because I'm trying to make a podcast or anything. Like I could do a podcast, but I would want someone to talk with. But I also I would probably run out of things to talk about, which would be interesting or meaningful. Like because I don't really have any influence to meet famous people, and I live in a country like Denmark, and there's already a Danish dude who has talked to nearly every famous Danish person who's worth talking to. And let's be honest here, podcasts, like a person who's honest is not going to change their like origin story or their life story or their struggles and things. Of course, things change, but then you know not to talk about the same things. Because if you've already spoken to this person on your podcast before, you know, okay, we don't have to get this, because then they could just watch the first podcast. But of course, there's still people doing it because they know there's money in it. And like, yeah, that's mostly why people do anything on the internet, just being honest. Like, I want to get my art out there. And why do I do that? Yeah, I want to sell my art. And even if I can't sell some of my art, I want to use my art as content, because then I can get views, and that way sponsors and money and stuff like that. So, yeah. Is it me trying to not necessarily make a living, but kind of supplement my painting budget? Yeah. Has it worked yet? Not really, because I think the requirements for YouTube are fair. They're definitely fair. The system is pretty fine. I think 1,000 subscribers, 4,000 watch hours. That isn't too insane. I think, though, the 4,000 watch hours is a little bit much. It's a little bit much. But, of course, even when you just reached the goal, the bare minimum, you aren't going to make much money. Like, I understand that. But also, making, like, $1 a month is better than making no dollars a month. If you've been doing it for a while. And of course, if just making a little bit, it can evolve, because then you know you're gonna have like, at least you're gonna have this amount to use. But yeah, it's a dream, and it will like flourish and be a real thing at some point, I think, hopefully. I like doing these videos. Of course, if I don't like them, I won't. But I really, even if I don't want to, I kind of have to. And that's also why I'm not editing my videos more. I could do like, oh, hey guys, this is a crazy video. We're going to paint on 1,000 million houses, and we're going to give them away to 10 billion people, and we're going to save the planet and give a bunch of money to everybody. Like these very fake, soulless videos, which is mostly about money, using money, giving away money. So it's a bit weird to me. First of all, it's a bit crazy. And also the art version of this, like, it started out like customizing iPhones, customizing iPads, customizing this and that and that. And first of all, I've definitely just got numbers because, oh yeah, this guy's drawing on a MacBook. Like, of course. It's pretty wild. And then when that dried up, just the act of customizing an expensive tech product, when that didn't become popular, when I was done, then they started giving away to famous people who didn't need it, which was weird to me. Then they did a little bit of like giving away to random people. I was okay, that's fine. Or giving away to their friends. I think that's good as well, because like, of course, give to random people, give to charities, and support people in need, of course. But you shouldn't force people you don't know to be content to gain something if you're really doing it from your own sense of wanting to do charity. Because if you have to film something to do it, then you're not doing it for charity. Let's be really honest. Yes, you can do more good by filming it, of course. But you make money from it, and these people become charity cases. They become people who need, and it becomes a very kind of like parasitic relationship, because you become this glorious good person, which you probably are if you make videos like that. but you're also using a bunch of people who are in a very bad situation, and I don't really think they want to be in it, but they have no choice but to accept the help. So some people definitely go back on their wants and needs to like stay off the internet, just be themselves and exist in the world freely. And you kind of force them to become your kind of a pet rat. You can just, oh, do this, yeah, for the video and for the stuff. Act, be more happy. Like all these things where they kind of have to force people to act for them in their videos when they're giving them something out of the goodness of their heart. I think it's a little bit fake. But again, it's good when YouTubers with a lot of money gives away some of their money to a good cause. So I can't be completely mad at it, and you shouldn't either. You shouldn't. But yeah, I just give to charities, help people out, especially your friends, family, people you know. And ask them, hey, like, you want to help with this video or this thing? I can pay you, or like you can get this at the end, or something like that. Just trying to make simple videos with my simple talking and thoughts and ideas. Just trying to exist in the world, making my little content. And I really think more people should make content. Not because it's going to be great. I don't think my videos are great. I don't know what somebody would constitute as great videos, or insightful, or personal. My videos are really about like my experience and my art. They're very self-centered, my videos, which I can see. And that's why I understand why more people aren't necessarily clicking, because these videos are about me, which is a very hard topic to get people to like when they don't know you. Because like, oh, who is this guy? Who does he think he is? Like, or hey, who is this guy? He has cool paintings or cool drawings or whatever. And maybe you'll stay and watch the videos. And some of you have, like, some of you have watched this far, which is really cool and insane to me. Like, thank you very much for that. You're really cool. I really appreciate it, because people click on my videos. Like, a lot of people click on it and then they watch like a minute, half a minute maybe. And it just breaks my heart. Breaks my heart. It isn't the worst thing in the world, but it's not great either, because yeah, it gets a view, but the view is basically worthless. And it's not like, I want everybody to watch it. And it's fair enough if you don't have time right now. Like, you can come back, watch it later. Or you don't have to watch it at all. Like, you don't have to do anything. You can do whatever you want. I just hope you like would like some of my stuff. But also, I'm not going to change my style, I think, because I like it this way. I have a second channel which I've uploaded like 2 pretty crappy videos to. Something about reselling, which if you know I do, or at least try to do a little bit of, just kind of a little side hustle as a young person, just to try it. And it's working out pretty great. It's not going fast, it's not a lot of money right now, but it's building on top of itself. Like, that's the great part about like stuff like this. It builds upon itself. So right now I'm in plus, and I still have a bunch of shoes. Like, I'm in profit and I still have a bunch of shoes to sell. So the profit could become bigger, or hopefully like I can just get most of my money back for this stuff. I then have to use the money again for other things, which is really weird, but I don't really care. It's just really strange. Yeah, and that's really just weird. I think a lot of things are pretty weird. Yeah. I like the red hair, actually. I thought that was a cool detail just to give some life. Also, just definitely makes the face look very white, or the paper, like the face very white. And I could do more, but I was like, nah, I'm not going to. I didn't really want to. The video was already long, and I thought the drawing had said what it needed to say. Just wanted to do a thicker outline with a bit of a thicker marker, which I'm really happy about. I've used that in my last 2 drawing videos, which I think is really good. It's like a Faber-Castell thing, something. I don't know. It's I think you should find the tools you like and try different tools and stuff like that. But this is also a thing. Like I'm looking to buy a new camera. Maybe I don't know about that yet. I would maybe do so if I make good money this month or like stuff like that. I know I have money like left over from buying a new camera. I would probably do it. But it's hard because I can find like pretty good used cameras on Facebook Marketplace and stuff like that. But they're just not worth it really. Like then it's some kind of bundle and it's like, dude, I just need the camera, man. But they only want to sell it as a bundle, so it's like don't really need it, you know. So and other stuff like, and it's like, oh yeah, okay, this is a good deal, but I have to drive like 3 hours, so the gas is gonna cost nearly the same as just buying it new and get the 2-year warranty, which is like way more valuable than like just you know. So it's hard, really. It's hard to without money in the first place to get better stuff, and not really for quality of the video, but more for auto focusing. That's some stuff I really want to be get it better at, and also just so I can listen to music while I paint or draw from my phone, or when my phone doesn't have power, I can use my camera. It's like that would be really cool. Because that's the only problem I have right now, is that if my phone is at like 10%, I'm not gonna use my phone, but I really want to paint. But I know if I paint, I'm gonna have to like record it because you know that's what I do. Yeah, it's a little bit sad. But yes, this is the final painting. It's not painting. Why do I keep saying painting? It's the final drawing, and you've watched really far. I want to say really, like, thank you for that. Like, many times, thank you. Thank you a lot. Thanks a lot. And you get a secret word, which is red hair. Yeah, red hair. That's the secret word, or secret words. Yeah. Anyway, I want to say thank you for watching. Please like, subscribe, comment, all that stuff. And I hope you have a great night, day, or whatever time you're watching this. And bye-bye.